You like Subway? Well, back in the day, they had something called Jared for Subway. That was Jared Fogle. Now we're going to deep dive of his criminal activities and the reason why he's not part of Subway anymore.
We here at Angry Me Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on, we thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
Welcome, angry faithful. Yes, exactly. We're going to talk about Jared Fogle. He was the ambassador for Subway for quite a bit. God, how long did he do as spokesman for 2000 to 2015? He was doing an advertising campaign. Wow. 15 years as a spokesman for Subway, because though if you don't know, it's 2015, you're looking about 10 years almost ago. And Jared basically walked to Subway because he wanted to lose weight for his wedding that he was going to have. And yeah, it ended up it was a good campaign. Lots of people started walking to Subway to eat, a healthy sandwich, and that's what the advertisement of it was. Now we go on who Jared was and his career and everything, and then we will figure out where it all went wrong, because I know I shouldn't laugh at this, but it's a sad culinary can't even say the word. Fuck, it's Knight's Tale type shit. Anyways, put in the comments what I'm trying to say. Okay, digressing. Now, starting at Jared Fogle was born in Indianapolis, Indiana on August 23rd, 1977, to Norma and Adrina and Andrea Fogle. He was a young brother, and he has a young brother and a young sister. He was raised as a Jewish home. He was had a bar mitzvah as well on a trip to Israel, and then was confirmed as a conservative. I just told this guy
Reconstructionist.
conservative Reconstructive Synagogue in 1995. Fogle graduated in North Central High School in Indianapolis. He graduated from Indianapolis University in Bloomington in 2000, and then worked briefly as a reserve management department at American Trans Air. Now, Fogle's first came in media attention in April 1999 by the article published in Indiana Daily Student, written by former dorm mate. It just sounds weird, dorm mate. About Fogle losing 245 pounds, roughly 111 kilograms, by exercising and eating a diet of Subway sandwiches. Subsequently, Fogle was featured in Men's Health magazine as "Stupid Diets That Work." According to the article, Fogle had become obese at one point, weighing in at 425 pounds, 193 kilograms. Though lack of exercise and eating junk food, Fogle changed his eating habit upon the switch to eating at Subway, replaced his 10,000 calories per day food Jesus. You know how much 10,000 calories a day is? That's like eating a buffet constant. Anyways. Wow. Per food consumption, which one small turkey sub and one large veggie sub, along with some baked potato chips and diet soda, totaling only 2,000 calories. A Chicago area Subway franchise took Fogle's story to Subway's Chicago-based advertising agency. As a test, the company ran a regular TV advertising campaign. The first ad aired January 1st, 2000, introducing Fogle and his story with the follow disclaimer. The Subway days combined with a lot of walking and worked for Jared. We're not saying this is for everyone. You should check out with your doctor before starting any diet program, but it worked for Jared. Now, I agree with this. Whenever you do a diet or change anything in your regular intake, and this is, just train of thought. I know I try get off the road at times, but I was talking to a friend of mine today, and we were talking about his weight loss and how much he feels better now. And his first thing is his diet. You change your diet first, get it to where you're whatever you're going to be doing, like running, weightlifting, whatever to do, get the rest of the weight off. Your diet comes first. You got to stop eating shitty food. But anyways, because of the entry test ad was a success, Fogle subsequently appeared in more TV commercials as well as sponsored in-store appearances throughout the United States. He gave talks on the benefits of fitness and healthy eating. In 2002, Fogle was the subject of episode of South Park titled "Jared Has 80s." Let me. Stephen Hawking, help me out a little bit on this one.
AIDS.
Oh, it is. Jared has AIDS. Fogle has stated that while the episode had typical tasteless humor, the fact that the entire episode was devoted to him was very flattering. He added, you've made it when you made it on a South Park parody show. Fogle appeared in 2017 video game South Park Fractured But Whole as a boss. This occurred after his child pornography conviction. We'll get to that later. In February 2008, a Subway campaign called Tour de Pants celebrated Fogle's maintaining his weight loss for a decade. As part of the campaign, Fogle made an announcement that he would retire his pair of 62-inch pants to a museum at the end of the advertising tour. which I wonder if beginning in 2008, Fogle presented presence in Subway advertisements decreased due to the company placing a new emphasis on its $5 footlong promotion. Now, I wonder if those pants are still in that museum. That okay. Fogle's role in Subway. I'm sorry, I'm laughing this entire time because I already know everybody knows the ending of this, or they should know. And if you don't know, it's a weird ending, and I'm laughing because I'm just seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, they didn't know, they didn't know, they didn't know, they didn't know. Oh my god, they didn't know. But anyways, I digress. Vogel rolled in Subway's afforded him with some opportunities, such as appearances in WWE. That's World Wrestling Entertainment in 2009 and 2011. By 2013, Fogle had filmed more than 300 commercials and continued to make appearances and speeches for the company. Subway's aptitude 1/3 of 1/2 of its growth to sales to Fogle. Jesus. Subway 1/3 of 1/2 of its growth to sales to okay. They aptitude their growth. Okay, I thought he was getting kickbacks from that. Okay. That makes more sense. With revenue having tripled from 1998 to 2011. Well, that's actually good. Fogle made an appearance in Sharknado film series, beginning with Sharknado 2, the second one. He had a cameo appearance in Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no. Though this was cut from the Sci-Fi Channel's broadcast version a week before the premiere when his house was searched by the FBI. That's wow. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. For the Jared Foundation in 2004, Fogle established Jared Foundation, a nonprofit organization focused on raising the awareness of child obesity through educational programs and tools providing to parents, schools, and community organizations. On April 29, 2015, Russell Taylor, director of Jared's Foundation, was arrested at his Indianapolis home on charges of child exploitation, possession of child pornography, and vulgarism. Vulgarism, if you don't know, is a sexual interest in or practicing watching others people engaged in intimate behaviors such as undressing, sexual activities, or other acts of private nature. Basically, the guy that's peeking into my window while I undress. It's weird. I still allow him to do it because, I'm making me feel sexy. But anyways, according to court records, Taylor's and his then wife, Angela Baldwin, sexually molested young girls and installed cameras in their house to film victims without their knowledge. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, this is not Jared Fogle at this point. This is just Russell Taylor. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. Fogle's severed all ties with Taylor immediately following the arrest. Taylor attempted suicide in May 6, 2015 at Majorcan County Jail and was placed on life support. Taylor pleaded guilty to the charges on September 1st, 2015. And on December 10th, 2015, he was arrested to 27 years of federal prison. Since the sentence was thrown out in March 2020 when it emerged that Taylor's lawyer had failed to challenge 3 charges that were not supported by the evidence. The judge would originally impose, who originally opposed the sentence, Teenan Walton Pratt, said that this failure has tainted the entire plea deal. Prosecutors filed a new indictment for 30 charges of production and dispersion. I hate this word because I can't fucking say it. Dispersion, child pornography in April. Taylor filed a petition to plead guilty that May, following the pleading guilty in November 2021. He was sentenced to 27 years in prison, identical to the original sentence on May 9th, 2022. Baldwin was convicted of child exploitation and producing a possessing child pornography, possessing child pornography. In October 2021, the sentence to 33 years in prison. In August 2015, a USA Today article reported that Jared Foundation had not issued any grants, nor was it giving funds for its stated purposes. The article furthered noted that on average, the foundation spent $73,000 a year, with the majority of the figures paying the salary of the foundation's executive director. More than one quarter of the fund were unaccounted for per the foundation tax records. The Secretary of State of Indiana dissolved the organization in February 2012 because it did not pay the required $5 annual reporting fee during the 2 previous years, despite being requested to do so on multiple occasions. $5? Really? $5? I mean, the charity is obviously a scam from what it looks like. I would have to divvy down a little bit more, but you can't afford $5. I can afford $5. I give $5 away, just people that just shut them up. Daniel Brochoff, president of a nonprofit charity watchdog group, Charity Watch, was quoted by USA Today by saying if Jared was really interested in helping children through his foundation, he could have given more money. Also, with a lot of celebrities, the charity appeared to be more about image enhancement than charitable deeds. Now, I actually want to go and take a look at this Charity Watch, but and note, most charities, just to get the nonprofit and not to non-taxable stuff, technically you only have to give 2% of the income or the income. So if you're let me do the math real quick. See if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. I don't care. 0.2%, let's just say $1 million. That's right. Yep. And $2,000. If you get $1 million, all you have to do is spend $2,000, which I know a lot of companies that do more than that. They go past that 2% a lot. But hey, but you just have to give up 2% just to be charitable. It's sad, but that happens. Now, his legal history. Child pornography and investigation and arrest. In 2007, Fogle came under the attention of state and federal law enforcement agency in Sociopath. Stephen Hawking, you're going to have to help me out with this one again.
Sarasota,
Florida journalist and radio host Rachel Herman Willard told the San Jose Police Department he made that Jared made lewd comments to her about middle school age girls. She had met Jared at a local middle school for a health event as he was in San Jose for his speaking tour. She made recordings of Fogle remarking and saved the text messages between them. And then when the FBI, where agents asked her to record the conversations with him, Willard befriended Fogle, and for the next 4 years subsequently recorded her conversation with him as part of the ongoing federal investigation. She recorded him making several remarks about having had sex with underage girls and asking her to install a webcam in her children's room so he could watch them. Ultimately, the FBI could not pursue the case against Fogle using the recording because they needed more subsequent evidence against him. How do you need more if that if you're law enforcement? I just met a cop today, and hopefully he starts listening to this today. But if you're in law enforcement, why is that? And just put in the comments. I'll even ask BC on this. He's a friend of the show. He does Disruptor podcast if you want to listen to that. But how is it that's not enough evidence for them to pursue that? He even said, let me backtrack real quick on this. She recorded him making several remarks about having sex with underage girls. That's literally saying that you committed the crime. How is that? Anyways, I guess they want. I'm just so upset because it's involving children. I'm sorry, but how is that not enough evidence? I'm confused. I have to ask BC about this. During an investigation into Russell Taylor's child pornography operation, authorities discovered that Taylor had traded sexual explicit photos and of videos of children. Some of them some of them as young as age 6 with Fogle, including images of his own stepdaughters. Oh God. Taylor was sentenced to 27 years, which we already went over, and was later named an unindicted co-conspirator in the FBI case against Fogle. What we found in Russell Taylor's home and on his computer led us to Jared Fogle, said Timmy Horthy, a spokesman with the United States Department of Justice. On July 7th, 2015, the FBI and Indiana State Police investigated raided Fogle's Zanaville, Indiana residence and arrested him on distributing and recipient of child pornography charges. Computers and other electronic equipment were removed from the home. The same day, a spokesperson for Subway announced that the company and Fogle have mutually agreed to suspend their business relationships. Subsequently, Subway will remove all references to Fogle from its website. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. And this is the same day. Yeah, same day, everybody. They worked fast. I was like, fuck that. Following Fogle's arrest, the FBI also subpoenaed a series of text messages made in 2008 between Fogle and Subway franchise Cindy Mills, with whom he was having a sexual relationship with at the time. In these messages, Fogle talked about sexually abusing children ranging in from 9 to 16. So they fucking knew. Fuck those people. God damn. Mother. So someone in the fucking company, in the franchise company knew. That could have. Oh, man. Mills' lawyer said that she had alerted Subway's corporate management about the text messages, but that they had responded that because Fogle was not a Subway employee, that there was no violation. Subway representatives said that there had no record of Mills's allegations. Motherfuckers. I can almost guarantee that's almost true. And it's conspiracy theory time, but I almost guarantee that's true. I have seen so many companies do that. It's not even funny. On August 19, 2015, federal prosecutors announced that they reached a deal with Fogle in which he would plead guilty on the 2 counts, one of the distribution and the recipient of child pornography, and one that traveled to engage in illicit sexual contact with a minor, engaging in an illicit conduction with a minor. Sorry, folks, if you understand that I have a very bad speech, but sometimes it's only like a couple of words. So I digress. Specifically from Indiana to New York City, where he was charged with paying and an strengths engaging in sexual acts with a 17-year-old girl. Prosecutors alleged that Fogle offered an adult prostitutes to a finder's fee to find him younger sex partners. And these text messages with prostitutes, Fogle also expressed sexual interest in young boys. According to documents released by federal prosecutor, Fogle has also agreed to pay a total of $1.4 million in restitution, $100,000 to each victim. Fogle faced up to 50 years in prison had he gone to trial. However, as part of his plea deal, which was not binding onto the sentencing, John prosecutor agrees to seek no more than 12 and a half years. In return, Fogle agreed to a minimum sentence of 5 years. Soon after the plea deal was announced, Subway announced via Twitter that it had completely severed ties with Fogle as a condition of his plea deal. Fogle would be restricted to supervising contact and communication with minors upon approval of his probation officers. Fuck that. I wouldn't have him fucking babysitting a kid. All right. Fogle soon to be ex-wife Katie Magdalene. Magdalene? Is that Magdalene?
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. Fogle had already made a request to visit his two children in September, but McLaughlin contested it. Upon release from prison, Fogle would be required as a registered sex offender for the rest of his life and undergo treatment as a sex offender. Oh, treatment for sex disorders. On November 19th, 2015, Fogle formally pleaded guilty before the federal judge, Tina Walton Pratt. In a statement, Fogle apologized for his crimes, saying that he wanted a chance to become a good, honest person. You should have done beforehand, asshole. And redeemed his life after being ensnared in a life of discrepancy, lies, and completing his self-centeredness. According to John Bradford, a forensic psychologist who testified for Fogle's defense team, Fogle suffered from compulsive eating disorder for several years, before losing weight, and replaced food with symptoms of hypersexuality, which include mild or weak pedophilia. The diagnosis was not accepted by experts in psychological fields and was criticized by Pratt, and on sexual attraction was to early teenagers, but that he had a lesser attraction to younger children. Pratt sentencing Fogle to 15 years and 18 months in prison, over 3 years before more than what the prosecutors had sought, and 3 times what Fogle had requested. Pratt stated that the level of there's another word I cannot fucking pronounce. Stephen Hawking, help me out.
Perversion.
There we go. I hear it. I can say it. And lawlessness exhibited by Mr. Fogle is extreme. Fogles must serve a minimum of 13 years before becoming eligible for time off with good behavior. After serving his sentence, he would be on a supervision release for the rest of his life. Pratt also fined him $175,000 and ordered him to forfeit $50,000 in assets, a total of $225,000, in addition to the $1.4 million restitution. Fogle's lawyer, Ron Elgberg, filed a notion of appeal on December 14th, 2015. Fogle is able to appeal the sentence since it is longer than the maximum sentence committed by by the prosecutors. The appeal brief was due by January 25th, 2016, but Fogle asked for an extension for his appeal after Elberg was diagnosed with cancer. The extension was granted after the appeal was filed. The U.S. Attorney's Office reported by opposing any sentence reduction. On June 9th, 2016, Fogle's sentence was upheld by the United Court of Appeals for 7th Circuit. Incarceration. I can't even say that word. Fogle's lawyers recommend that he serve his sentence in federal correctional institution Eaglewood near Littleton, Colorado. It has a program for sex offenders. Judge Pratt agreed with the recommendations, but she had no authority to determine where Fogle had served his sentence. On November 21st, 2015, Fogle arrived in Harrison County, Kentucky Detention Center, where he was held on a temporary basis. Fogle entered Federal Bureau of Prisons custody, going to Federal Transfer Center in Oklahoma City on December 15, 2015. 3 days later, he was transferred to FCI Inglewood. Fogle's BOP number is 12919-028. His earliest possible release date is March 24th, 2029. That's actually pretty okay. This is interesting. In March 2006, this is the reason why you don't become famous. In March 2016, Fogle was assaulted by another inmate, Steve Niga. The attack left Fogle with a bleeding nose, swollen face, and scratches on his neck. Niga was then transferred to a federal transfer center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, before being transferred to FCI Luna in El Paso County, Texas. On November 8, 2017, Pratt missed a motion filed by Fogle, who was hoping to overturn the conviction by stating that the federal court did not have jurisdiction to convict him. She dismissed another motion filed on behalf of Fogle by fellow inmate Frank Pate, stating the court did not have jurisdiction because Fogle's status as a sovereign citizen. Oh, God, I hate the freaking sovereign citizens. Anybody in law enforcement hates sovereign citizens. Even goes up to, goes down. I don't know, up or down. As a correctional officer, there's a lot of inmates that said they had sovereign citizenship, so they should let them go. Sometimes they were joking. Sometimes they were being truthful. They actually believe that. And the rest of it's like personal life and whatnot, but I'm not going to get into that. So, yes. Was he a douchebag? Yes, he was. And reading all this, I have a more disdain for the person, and I'm wondering why people that make money off of other people and advertisement and whatnot, it's stated that they actually did have correspondence and they lost it. It's a total whitewash on that one. And I really, really hate whitewashing of situations. If I become a fucking piece of shit, I want everybody. I'm hoping I never become a piece of shit. It's just me. But let people know that you're a piece of shit. I mean, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. He's trying everything he can to try to get out of it. And it's one of those ones where if you make a lot of money, you probably well, I did the crime, but I don't want to fucking do the time type shit. But anyways, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to this, we are on Amazon Music now. If you made it this far, hopefully you did. But anywhere you can get contact us. The website will be live pretty soon. Hopefully we'll have some designs with t-shirts. I have a couple of ideas. I have a lot of ideas. But shoot us a line, see what you think about the stuff in the comments and everything like that. From some reason, the algorithm with YouTube and any of the other ones, you have to like, comment. But like I said, share us with friends. If you find us somewhat entertaining and somewhat informative, go ahead and share us with your friends, and hopefully we can all be friends in this whole society and be angry together. All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening, watching, whatever you're doing with us. Goodbye.